Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight we got the Buttsy. Tonight we've got the PGA Tour insider, Brent Grant. And man, do we have an absolute episode for all of you tonight. This is going to be a wild one. I am locked in. I got my cockfighting shirt on from Devereux Golf. Got the Devereux Golf hat, and I've got some what they would call sheriff's shades, and Butsy's looking good with his shades as well. Those are phenomenal there, Butts. And then we got Mr. Brent Grant just absolutely token up with a good old cigar tonight outside on his porch, balcony, whatever the hell it is. But welcome in, gentlemen, and we've got a gem of a show tonight. We've got the tee-off report with Buttsy. That's how we start out now. We've also got the match recap, which is ongoing right now. We actually, I have it on, and there's been some hard lips, there's been some hard looks, and there's a lot of shit going on out there on the match. We're going to recap that whole thing. We got the Q School recap that happened last week, and the upcoming PNC Championship, as well as some LIV Golf news to discuss. But before we do get into the show, gentlemen, we've got our sponsors to thank. First of all, Swannies Golf over here. We've got them to thank first of all. Utilize promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout if you want anything from Swannies.co. They've been a great sponsor of ours, and certainly use that promo code PullHookGolf25 before it runs out at the end of the year. However, we have our new partnership with Devereux Golf, which is what I'm rocking. Butsy's rocking the t-shirt. He's got the hat there as well. And yes, folks, this is a good old Western feel to what I'm wearing tonight. We got the Cocks. They are going at it. They are fighting tonight. Then that's in honor of the match. And then we've got the Devereux trucker hat. And we've got some shades that we're not going to talk about because they're
Gucci.
Yeah.
Did you slap yourself in the face before you got on here tonight, bro? Are like...
They're Ferragamo.
Fired up.
I am fired up.
I like it.
What? What did you say? I'm sorry. Did you
Ferragamos.
Okay.
Ferragamo. That's how you know you're from the East Coast.
Favorite omelets? Favorite omelets? Is that what it is? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I have no idea.
Have you named the cocks on your chest there?
This is Tony, and this is Jeremiah. So they're going to be getting after it. Now, as we get into this episode, we always like to start off with our main man, the Buttsy, with our tee-off report. And we've been on a train lately of giving great advice. People loved the advice last week with the golf trip hangover cure that Buttsy provided. And this week, Buttsy, we've got an even better one for all the people because, over the past couple years, especially since social media has become so big, everybody's got their phones, everybody's recording stuff, and you see these scrambles out there that are absolutely bonkers with these scores. So tonight, I want you to give the audience, Buttsy, your best advice for entering into a scramble and trying to win it.
Oh, God, where do I begin? The best thing you can do entering a scramble to win it is to enter a scramble and don't try to fucking win it. I think that's probably the best advice because if you do win it, you cheated. Everybody knows that. Nobody has ever won a scramble without cheating. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist, especially if there's mulligans in play. I've played in tons of scrambles, and one of the dudes starts the day with 4 mulligans, and now he's on to his 13th mulligan by the 15th hole. Nobody lets the eagle putt not drop. Somebody's always going to make sure it goes in. And it's like, I still got, 2 or 3 left. And then you come in and, and these are grown men cheating their ass off to win $100 golf bag and maybe a dozen Pro V1s. And they come in the restaurant and they get booed off the premises every time. So my advice would be, if you're in it to win a scramble, it's the wrong angle. Don't go out there to win. Have a good time. Know that you didn't cheat and you placed in the top 5. That would be my advice. If you're trying to win a scramble, you're a douchebag. You ain't gonna win unless you cheat. It's like steroids and bodybuilding. You can't be a bodybuilder without taking steroids. You can't win a scramble without cheating. It's fucking science. So that's my advice. Plain and simple.
There you have it, folks. Tee off report with Buttsy. I mean, that's clean. That is just clean. Don't go into a scramble, folks, and try to win it. That is the bottom line, okay? Or else, what'd you call them? Douchebags.
I mean, there's a lot of other words, right? Like, and for a lot of these guys, they played high school football, and they'll tell you they would have been in the league if they didn't blow their knee out, even though they're 5'4", 161 pounds. But those are the guys that are out there looking for glory and trying to find it in the corporate scramble. And and you are exuding that on the podium when you do win, and everybody knows that you cheated your ass off. There's nothing worse than 4 65-year-old men that can't hardly walk straight that come in with a 39 on 18 holes and they won by 6. So
I saw one the other day, was 46. They shot a 46. Unbelievable. I mean, I just want to shake these guys' hands and be like, man,
Yeah.
you shot a 46 out there. That's incredible. But we've all been a part of that scramble group to where like one guy walks up and all of a sudden like hits his putt just casually.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, if that drops, we're counting it. Boom, drops.
Well,
counting it.
and you may get paired up with guys you don't know that are hell bent on winning the scramble, and it puts you in a really bad spot because maybe you don't want to cheat, but you cannot express that to the group. I mean, you're not going to call out Herb, who's 57, and this is his absolute glory in life is this scramble he plays in once a year. You're not going to walk up to him and say, "Hey, man, I've been counting, and you don't have any more mulligans left. We got a par there. We got to get out of there. It's time to go. We are not cheaters." So you got to go with it. You're a cheater by proxy. You're a proxy cheater. So don't be.
The audience loved it.
Winning a scramble is not a point of pride, and it should never be something that people try to do.
Great stuff, Buttsy. Great stuff. Per usual out of you. Let's see if the audience on social media loves that one this coming week. Now, let's get into the match, and it's currently still going on right now. I've had the sound off, so I have no idea what the hell is going on. But I can tell you that I watched all the way through to, I believe, 13 holes of this damn thing, where LIV Golf won one hole the entire time. And it has not looked good for Bryson and Brooks. Goes back to what we always talk about with this whole thing, that it's like, man, these off seasons, they're tough. They're not easy to all of a sudden jump right back in to being able to play your absolute best golf under pressure. There's a reason why you got to keep your game in shape, and the more tournaments you're playing in. I mean, Brent, you dealt with that at Q School, the second stage, where you hadn't played competitive golf in months, and all of a sudden it's like, shit, I need to turn it on, and that switch isn't necessarily there. So, I mean, I ask you, Brent, going through that, I mean, is that what we're seeing from Brooks and Bryson right now? It sure looks that way to me.
Oh man, among other things, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about the number one and number two best players in the world, essentially. Certainly, as far as their play this year, they were by far the most successful players on the globe. But other than that, yeah, I mean, Brooks looks like he's not too thrilled to be there. Bryson, as always, is probably taken a little too serious. And to be honest, Bryson spent the last, I don't know, however many months doing YouTube golf. So God knows none of that shit's real. So, now that it's all under the lights, maybe
Brent's coming out firing tonight. Firing. Buttsy, what about you? What's your take on this whole thing?
I don't know. I mean, I wonder if there's anything behind it for him. Even the guys, even Scheffler and Rory. Is there anything behind this? Did they
$10 million of cryptocurrency?
I know that, but was there any level of competitive want to beat LIV guys? Did that even, or was this all just strictly business? Like, did they go out there really? I mean, look, we could tee it up for whatever. I still want to beat you when we go play, right? So I don't know. Maybe I answered my own question, but I just wonder if there was any animosity on a competitive scale there where they actually wanted to win this and there was something in it from a pride perspective, even though it's a silly ass match, if you will, under the lights in Vegas. I don't know.
That's a good question. I mean, think about this, right? So like all four of them are world-class competitors.
Right.
But if you look at it in a certain way, it's not, you can't take away Bryson's year. I mean, he won the U.S. Open and did a great job. Although, clearly there were some mishaps from other players down the road, down the stretch there. But as far as Scottie and Rory are concerned, they're at the top of their games, and I don't think Brooks and Bryson have had the same level of competition week in and week out that these guys have. And the bottom line is it wasn't too long ago Scottie had won the Tour Championship and Rory won his 1,800th Dubai Championship. So, I mean, I can guarantee you, even if it's about pride for these guys, the bottom line is two of those guys can put it down whenever, wherever, and the other two can't.
I mean, let me ask you this. Like, unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see it because I'm not willing to pay $200 a month for cable. So call me cheap. But when you're watching it, is there a dramatic difference in where the golf ball is going? Like, is the ball striking off by the other two, and it's far superior over
Brooks,
here?
there is. Brooks is off.
Brooks
Okay.
for sure.
Like, are we seeing equitable shots where they both have putts on every green and somebody's a little closer? I mean, what do we got? Like,
that's about 75% of it from what I saw. I mean, I watched it from minute one, and I'm sure Matt has as well. I mean, the tough part about this is what you're talking about is these guys have been in Vegas for at least 2 or 3 days. They've been getting jerked off for that entire time.
Whoa! By who?
I mean, literally everybody's like, take a picture
Massage
of me.
therapist? Like, what are we talking about here?
Who knows? Figuratively or not, who knows? But the bottom line is they've been given lessons and doing
the PR thing.
Yeah, doing the PR thing for a few days. So it's probably
you do have to do the PR thing.
Yeah,
so
they're probably getting paid.
Yeah.
No, they're probably getting paid a shitload of money. It just so happens that crypto puts up something that could, at the end of the day, be completely worthless. But who knows?
So Brooks right now is 1 down to Scottie Scheffler in the individual match.
There's an
and
individual
then
match?
you've got I haven't seen Bryson and McIlroy yet in terms of where they stand at the moment. Brooks actually just hit a good shot. He's within about 10 feet. He finally hit a good one. I would say
you think that they still tee it up if they were giving away that Hawk Tua token?
Yeah, because they're getting
that's
paid
a good
millions.
call.
They're getting paid millions to show up.
No, but I mean, if you get that Hawk Tua, that is basically $0.
That's well,
so
who knows? I mean,
they could say you're getting 10 million of these, $0.
Still zero.
Well,
Yeah.
Scottie hasn't hit yet.
Buttsy, let me ask you. So because I know Matt, you've spent a lot of time in Vegas, and actually, I guess I'll just ask you both. But if it comes down to it, and you're playing against guys that have some sort of animosity, does it matter what you play for?
Well,
does it matter?
This is I just don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this a made up animosity? Is there really animosity between PGA Tour and LIV Golf? Is that
Not anymore.
all made for TV? And these guys at the end of the day still text each other and don't give a fuck? Like, I just don't know.
We know because of the deal. I mean, at the end of the day, all of these guys are going to be getting millions and millions of dollars to be playing golf, and half the time to just show up. So, I mean, if they're that hung up about Bryson suing the tour and Brooks being kind of an asshole, I don't think any of them really give a shit. I mean, 3 of them are Nike staffers, and the other one is clearly doing great things on his own. So they're probably all pretty secure.
Yeah, as Truck Golfer mentions here, zero animosity, and it showed. I mean, they were all buddy and just getting along and everything. And there's literally nothing of this whole LIV Golf PGA Tour. They even tried to frame it this way.
It's just cheese. Like, it's just, hey, we're all fucking.
It's a money grab.
We're insanely wealthy. Let's put on a show for everybody.
This is a factual money grab.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's put on a fucking show.
But again, right? I mean, like what we said a few weeks ago, it's like, does it really matter? No. Is this going to grow the game? No. It does nothing but attempt to promote the sponsors and the players.
Rory's one up as well, by the way.
There you go. I mean, they're going to win. They're going to. It's attempting to promote Vegas and get more tourism, which is why MGM probably put up 10-20 million for this.
They want it to be like a fight night,
Yeah.
It's a fight night. Like it's.
Well,
the
I
same
also
thing.
love the dynamic that the LIV Golf like Twitter crew just would have gone nuts and had so many. They had so many storylines ready to go if Brooks and Bryson won this thing that it is they're going to be embarrassed at this point. Like this is
Oh yeah.
this is devastating to the LIV Golf
What a
crowd.
monumental beat.
Sorry,
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Really getting excited with the ketones over there, huh?
Just wait until he mutes us. Ooh, forgot about that. We didn't do that. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Matt, by the way, you absolutely 100% look like you should be starring in Landman right now.
I love that show. Big fan.
Watched one episode.
I need
It was interesting.
I need to have that maybe as an alarm clock in my phone because I don't think there would be any issues getting out of bed if that fucking
No, because you're
if
like,
that came on, I'd be like,
Brian Shane says he's going to have to start smoking some weed before this podcast.
oh shit. Oh, by the way, how do you love the bullshit creatine conversation between Rory
Jesus.
and, by the
just
way,
ridiculous.
Buttsy, what do we know about too many grams of creatine a day? What do we know about that?
Doesn't it go straight to your tits?
no, I think it might have
10
a
grams
small
a day.
potential effect. 10's not bad, depending on
A
how much
day?
you weigh, but it could. It's not your kidneys don't like an excess amount of that. I don't think.
Oh, what do we
Yeah,
got there?
it's clearing through your kidneys, and if it's not sticking in the body, the kidneys are dealing with it, and it's a lot. You can get
I mean,
crystallization.
the guy's in good shape, so I mean, obviously he knows what he's doing. I just thought it was hilarious that, he's giving creatine advice.
10 grams is pretty solid. Like
There's
that's
nothing else that can be talked about. Nothing. There's nothing else that can be talked about.
Dude, it's been so bland and dry in terms of the conversation.
It always is. It was bland and it was even worse with Tiger and Phil. I mean, this
Tiger and Phil might have been the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the worst. I mean,
Talking
they literally
about
said
coffee.
2 things to each other. Like, there's no gambling going on between them. Like, as much money as these guys have made, I'd be throwing down $100 for every putt and be like, bitch, I bet you can't make it.
Those two guys are so advanced in their career and have made so much money that they don't even have to do the PR thing anymore. They're just like, I don't really need to even talk to you if I don't want to.
Oh, Brooks just won a hole.
Oh, he's back to even. That's amazing.
No,
but they're down 2 points, right?
He's back to one down, I believe. Yeah.
With how many
he's
play?
back to all square with Scottie Scheffler. And then Rory is 2 up, I believe.
They're 2 points down, right?
Yeah.
So they only need a half.
Well, no. So how this all works is that it's based off of a point system for every 6 holes. So there's 2 points up at stake. If Scottie Scheffler wins, he'll get a point. If Brooks wins, he gets a point. Vice versa and so forth.
But the point is it's 2.5 points to win the match. Right? That's
Correct.
what I saw. Okay. So in other words, all they got to do is tie.
All they got to do is tie.
Boy, that's just fantastic.
Thank you. That's good.
That's all they got to do. So
you guys can't hear my son, can you?
No.
Fantastic.
But I will just say this.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Trust me.
There was I don't know, there was something I was going to mention from the match early on when we were talking about things that they were talking about and how there really isn't anything to talk about. Just can't figure it out. I got off track.
So hold on. So we've got some comments that were made, right, during the warm up or some sort of something that happened with regards to some sort of tournament earlier this year, I believe.
I love
Rory
that
said, I can't let Bryson do what he did to me again or something like that. And
I can't let him get me again.
I mean, it was damn near scripted. Like, I feel like there was a teleprompter somewhere. I don't know.
Probably.
McElroy's exact words were, "I'd like to go up against Bryson and try to get him back for what he did to me at the U.S. Open." And then Bryson quickly replied with, "To be fair, you kind of did it to yourself."
Yeah.
And everybody lost their minds.
Two. Count them 2.
Everybody's like,
putts.
oh,
my
Well, because
God.
it's the first time that we've ever seen golfers trash talk, right?
Which
like
is crazy.
This is the very first time that I think we have ever heard, and people are just like, "Oh my God, this is the craziest thing that has ever been said, the biggest burn ever." And I posted on X and was just put some of those skull death emojis because I'm just like, yeah, that one kind of buried poor Rory. Rory didn't even know how to come back from that. But
It's like
I
JT
love
when he got outdriven by Tiger. It's hilarious.
I loved it that we actually had a little bit of banter. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? This might not be that bad for the match. You know, coming into this, they might actually do a little bit of trash talking. You know, Bryson now is a YouTube personality, but you can tell how scripted the YouTube stuff is because of the fact that he's got nothing to say out there. Absolutely nothing. He's not entertaining. Like, this is kind of as boring as you get.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to the kind of the stuff that we were talking about last week. Is that like, how many times are we going to watch something that gets blown out of the water, and it's like, oh, it's Grant Horvat against so and so, or Bryson and John Rahm against so and so. And it's like you're seeing all of these guys now playing with these YouTube, all these PGA Tour players playing with YouTube guys.
Brian Jones.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I've had more interesting bowel movements.
What if we brought a little, like, it'd be cool to see a little NBA action. I know it'll never happen. Like, can you imagine these guys, like, super rivalry, 16 at the Masters? They're waiting to tee off, and we're actually getting some little elbows and, like, shoves on the tee box. Like, like, no, get out of the way, dude. Like, or it'd be cool. I don't know.
Dude, my wife works at a law firm, and on Friday night, I was at the office Christmas party, right? For all these lawyers. One of the lawyers comes up to me, one of the big lawyers, and goes, "Man, wouldn't it be great if we ever got to see like a golf fight?" And I'm like, we literally talked about this on the pod like a month ago.
Well,
I'm like,
Keegan
I would love
close.
to see it.
Keegan that was the closest I've ever seen.
Sort of.
So Keegan, then
And
you had the little deal with Brooks and Bryson, but the one that was the closest was, if you remember this, Grayson Murray and Kevin Na almost fought on the driving range, and Kevin Na
almost got smashed.
No, but here's the thing. Here's what's crazy. So I said the same thing. I'm like, oh, Grayson's way bigger than he is. He'd kick his ass. And I got schooled on Kevin Na's ability with jujitsu or something. Like he's a black belt in something.
Yeah.
If it ain't jujitsu, then if it ain't jujitsu, it don't matter.
Pounds.
Grayson had him by like 75 pounds.
He definitely had the weight on him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Big G.
Yeah, rest in peace there, Grayson Murray. Glad you came back into the conversation here.
So the conversation behind the banter.
I remember.
As if golfers don't do that on a normal basis, as if we don't all trash talk all day long. Like,
that's the thing. It's been so frowned upon, I feel like, on the PGA Tour for such a long time, because you got to remember, like back in Arnie's time, it was all about the gentleman's sport. Sure. And they carried that on way too long to where it was very stuffy. It's very much as I love Arnold Palmer, like that PGA Tour was super stuffy. Everything was, you had to be perfect, no swearing, no nothing. Now it's loosened up to the point to where, like, if we get some trash talk, because all golfers trash talk on the golf course.
Yes.
I mean, and in the locker room too. Like I've heard that from numerous people.
Now
that guys will kind of give some shots at each other.
There are, but like, and I always come back. It's like my claim to fame when I actually fucking carried that bag out there. There was no trash talk in that group.
Oh God, no. Well, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it in tournament. They don't know each other.
Yeah.
There it is. By the way, Trotty. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody wants to be responsible for somebody hitting a bad shot, right? So,
I do.
Well, not on the PGA Tour, I should say. But
I cannot wait for Trot to retire one day and become a course marshal And that dude is just going to absolutely rail people out there. I can't even wait. It's gonna be
You're
awesome.
30 seconds behind. Get it up.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
that'd be hilarious.
Walking up to a lady's ball and throwing it down the fairway for her.
It's like going into a bunker and be like, you've had enough.
Yeah,
Time to move on.
I'm gonna pick it up for you. You got a whole group of guys behind you that are trying to get through here.
I could just picture it.
Pace.
The guy's like, dude, this isn't my ball. Trout's like, it is now.
It is now.
Keep playing.
It is now.
You see that pinnacle right there? Yeah, that's you.
So I finally figured out what the hell I was going to talk about is how bad Bubba Watson is at being an on-course
he's there
personality.
Oh.
Dude, he's the one that is on course talking about their shots and stuff. And I swear to God, I think somebody once told him, hey, in order to be an on-course golf analyst, you have to speak in a monotone voice. I have never heard Bubba Watson talk like this.
No.
And he's so bad. Buttsy, I wish you were watching it and listening to his voice because you would destroy him and here is the shot. He's going left.
He's not trying to be
stick.
funny secretly, right?
No, dude. I think he's nervous. I don't think he's had a lot of experience with this.
As hell. And we all know he's got massive anxiety and huge problems anyways.
Why would he even volunteer to do this? That's the thing.
I think he probably got paid.
Paid. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, moving right along.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Bubba is about as interesting as watching my dog lick his balls.
Which I don't know.
Brian, you were bringing some heat tonight. I love this.
Brian has had a
who
few
you are.
cocktails.
Yeah, love this.
Speaking of cocktails, what you got there, Buttsy?
Oh, that's just a ruby grapefruit little claw. Yeah, I'm
How
almost on vacation.
How about some White Claw stock? That's what they should be playing for. He's not playing golf anymore. Oh, that's
true. You know what? He did. He got relegated. I don't know if he's on the Range Goats this year as the captain of the team.
I don't think so.
He no play. Told you.
Oh, there you go. Brian just had a picture of creatine. That's great stuff.
2,500 grams of creatine. Now I hit it as far as Rory McIlroy.
Oh man, what are some of my other notes here in regards to this match? Yeah,
about how much it doesn't fucking matter?
There's nothing great. Oh, the only other thing that I would mention about this whole thing is, okay, we had to shrink the PGA Tour because we talked about daylight being a problem for people to finish. Yet the match can absolutely put up lights and have night golf for this match.
Oh yeah.
But the PGA Tour is like, nah, that is not.
You can't, because it changes the playing field. Like it changes all of the circumstances.
So does the weather though. Think about the guys that are finishing late. It's going to be the guys that are happy to still have a tour card.
Yeah.
In the 25 guys that are getting cut.
Weather's one thing, because there's a chance that everybody in the field may endure weather. There's not a chance that everybody will endure now having to play at night. It's like they're not going to let the third variable in play. I don't know.
That was well thought out, and that was well said. I mean, we all know that the daylight savings time issue is just a reason for them to make the PGA Tour smaller. The Masters, the par 3 contest under the lights would be electric.
Yeah.
But
dude, I think the Masters just in general would be electric at night.
What time would they play?
Who knows?
Tee off at 7?
That would be sick. Prime time.
1?
All night long.
Can you imagine?
I mean, it's not realistic, but
do you know how big some of the shadows would be on some of those holes? Like that place would look insane.
Those trees are fucking massive.
I'm talking about like Amen Corner, and as I understand it, it like drops down like a that would all be black. Like it would be, that course would look insane at night.
Well, it's like it's amazing because so Shadow Creek is literally like it's a man-made spot, right? There's no trees like that anywhere else.
No, it's like
In
Raven and
Vegas.
South Mountain, like
Yeah,
same kind of deal.
it's they created it to feel like a tree lined golf course in the middle of a desert, and it's
Yeah,
amazing,
it
right?
is.
So, I mean, you look at how pure that golf course is, and you're just sitting there going, you're like, man, like, oh, that ball should stop, and then the lights come on, and then you like see how just everything goes away. I mean, the place is just so hilly, and it's just runny, and the place is fucking unbelievable. But anyways,
Dog turd
I have a
runny.
question. I have a question for you guys. This goes back to the grass league. How much time was that on in daylight? I didn't get to watch it. Was it all under the lights? Maddie, do you know?
It was.
It was.
They started at night. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
That must have been kind of chilly, but doesn't matter.
Baseball game, like a baseball game.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do
Brent,
we-
yeah, I'm starting to get a feel that you are not a fan of the cold.
Dude, I grew up in Hawaii. My blood is very thin. I would be a fan of the cold if I didn't have to play
You got a
golf
lot of
in it.
issues with the cold.
I don't have to play golf in it, and I love the cold. It's great. If I do, it's not fun.
I mean, I was thinking about doing the game tomorrow night at Grass Clippings, but it's gonna be fucking chilly. Like, by the time 11:30 midnight rolls around out there, it's not pleasant.
Matt, do you believe that you would do a better job of how do I put this? Announcing. I want to be politically correct because I don't know the correct term. Is it announcing?
Being a
in the booth?
broadcaster?
A broadcaster. Thank you for the correction. Do you believe that you'd be a good broadcaster?
I don't know. You
think
know,
you
that's a
would be.
skill set
Oh,
that
I
I mean,
think he would be great, dude.
you
He's got
have
a
to-
voice for it.
you could have the voice, but you also have to be able to like describe what you're seeing. So like right now, Rory in front of the creek got a little downhill angle, and he is pitching this to a tight pin. He's got about 5 feet in order to land this.
That's what
So
I'm
this
saying.
is
That's
going to be a
perfect.
tight one.
Like your voice projection, given the moments, it's perfect, dude. You could absolutely do it.
Well, and all he needs is a little bit of Johnny Walker, and all of a sudden it just gets
And
over.
here's
It
an
starts
idea for you.
flowing.
Here's an idea for you. If you want to go ahead and copy Bob Menery, but be golf specific, you got the voice for it. You should absolutely be doing videos on Instagram, commentating golf videos in how you do it.
Well,
But
let me
like
explain what just happened. Rory just flubbed one, and it is actually rolling backwards. He might actually be further away by the time this ball stops than he was when he pitched this thing.
This isn't good. How far away was he?
He was about 30, 35, 40 feet. He had a creek to pitch it over.
Did not do that well.
On greens that are
Did
rolling
not
a
do well at
15,
all.
it's
He
cold.
was short-sighted, which I heard, Brent, you have a lot of experience with. And it was incredible just to see that ball just working its way away from the pin.
No, I
We
blow
don't really
it so
have to
far
talk
from
about
the
Q
pin.
school, right?
I wasn't short-sighted at Q school. That wasn't the problem.
No,
When
not
I
you.
got on
Like
the
I
green.
know there's
No.
a segment tonight. I think I skimmed over the notes, and it just looks like the Filipino tour won everything. And I was like,
The Filipino tour.
Yeah.
That's not Atlanto Griffin won. Here, let's talk about it real quick with the Q school recap since you brought it up.
I don't even know who that is.
I did get a nice little a little quote from Lanto this morning. I sent him a text and had a nice little conversation with him. But
What did he say?
Well, I asked him about, congrats on winning Q School, obviously. And I said, so was Jay there? And he said, yeah. And he said he shook my hand, gave me congratulations, and he looked at him dead square in the face. He goes, yeah, but how many starts am I going to get? Jay had no answer. And
That's
then he just
good.
ignored him the whole time.
Well, I think I could tell him because I followed Harrison Endicott last year, and I think he got about he didn't get a PGA
one
Tour
more.
start through the Waste Management Open last year.
What?
He didn't play Tory. He had to play Tory or NM,
really?
No,
right?
no,
No?
couldn't get
You
in.
have it.
Interesting.
So even though you won Q School, have your PGA Tour card, you're so low on the totem pole that you can barely gain any access into these tournaments.
Lanto Griffin sounds like a church fighter for the UFC.
I do like that name. It's a good name for a UFC fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Good dude.
Good dude, for sure. I do have big news, though, coming out of the grass clipping scam, since we were talking about it anyways.
Oh,
Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Holy shit, guys.
I
mean,
you're like Roger Dorn from Major League.
Our guy who's not on tonight,
today.
Todd Dodson Dobson is not on right now. He posted this on the Instagram page, and I put, there's not too many pros with a 4 handicap that are out there in the wild nowadays. Yeah. So, come pick me up
on that one.
I'm a free agent. I'm ready to play. Put me in, coach.
He's activated.
It's funny. Buttsy, our buddy Blaine actually sent me a message off of the story and goes, "Hey man, I know because I played with you in the Scramble that you played like a +1 that day." So I feel like
they're saying there's a chance.
If you put me on a team, I'm a hell of a team player.
Well, I have some info that I'm not going to share with you because it'll be shared with you, but we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, you're such a come on. Let's go. Bring it on.
Butsy's getting in.
No. It's good. It's not for right now. It's good. It'll happen at a later date.
Butsy's
I just want to grind
team.
the guy's fucking gears a little bit. It's gonna be
Who,
good.
Mine? I am the best available free agent that is a 4 handicap. Okay.
People know this, just so you know.
Yeah. I was actually very surprised when got tagged in that post by Todd today.
I wonder when that happened. Did it happen 24 hours after he played with Todd?
He's just trolling you, like not trolling you, but like that's like.
Oh, he's trolling.
All right. You're fucking. Get him out of the bullpen. He's in.
Oh my God, that's fantastic,
dude! If you need a 40-year-old reliever, I'm in.
One of the interesting conversations that I had today, kind of along those lines of like the issues that the Grass League had with the image, the owning of the image of the PGA Tour.
Holy shit!
What happened?
Sorry, Brooks just hammer fucked a putt about 18 feet past. It was only like a 30-foot putt.
Hands are cold.
Hands are very cold.
Oh God!
And again,
that looks like me in Mountain Shadows on a cold morning for sure.
He doesn't have the broom. He doesn't have the his level out there. And
well, he said Brooks.
No, Brooks, not Bryson.
Oh, Brooks. Well, whatever. Brooks, Bryson. But so as you guys know, the anybody that plays in a Korn Ferry Tour event or gets a PGA Tour card or plays in a section, their image is owned by the PGA Tour, and that's why the PGA Tour players weren't able to play in the Grass League, even though obviously there's 100 that live in Phoenix. Did you guys know that the NBA profit shares with the moment? I'd like to take a moment to tell you. I won't tell you. I got something to tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you. Okay, cool.
I mean, that's just good shit, right?
Again, trot, 2-man scramble. You're not shooting. No, I'm not saying that. Dear Lord, he said I played like a +1 because I think we were like 13 under as a scramble team.
Well,
as a 2-manner, which Buttsy and Buttsy knows we took on a couple at Mountain Shadows and shot. What did we shoot? 9 under?
God, dude, I don't know. I had her going that day. You did too. It was a good ham and egg.
You made more birdies than me, though. I think you made 5. I made 4, and I think actually it might have been 6 and 5 because I think we bogeyed a hole together.
Yeah, I think we. Yeah, it was like a 12-yard hole.
As a best ball, by the way, not a scramble. That was a best ball.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Well,
for a 4 handicap pro, absolutely it is.
Absolutely.
And there you have it, folks. Par 3 golf. More to come.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Here we go.
And here we go. Back to you, Jim Nance. We're here at the 18th. Holy shit. Brooks just hammer fucked that putt 10 feet past the hole.
That's what I'm saying. You got it.
God, that would be, honestly, you really need to do that shit.
Imagine if everybody watching heard that.
Man.
They will.
I tell you what, it'd be a lot more entertaining than what we have with, I mean, fucking Bubba Watson out there, Jesus.
There'd be people going to X, typing out, please, like, explain what hammer fucked means, and like all kinds of. Oh, you'd just be great.
Oh my gosh, that's just fucking terrible.
I mean,
What does hammer fucked mean?
Yeah.
Hashtag Matt
first of all,
Cook. Hashtag.
if we had a good lip out,
Adjective.
if we had a good lip out like Bryson, early on in this show, and Bryson lipped out. Holy shit, that ball lipped out faster than a prom dress on prom night.
Oh,
I mean, there's
God.
just some things that we can roll with out there.
Lipped
I would
out.
ask Bryson. I want to interview Bryson about other long drivers because
He
I
is-
think
he
half
is
those
nuts.
guys are autistic.
He might be. Oh,
Brian just mentioned Beth Dutton wants her pouty mouth back, and I will say this: I did last night. I watched the season finale of
don't tell me.
Yellowstone.
Don't tell me no.
I've never seen that show. Is it good?
Wild,
Yeah, fantastic. Don't tell me.
wild,
I haven't watched it yet.
wild ending.
Oh well, Kevin Costner.
Well, you
is a
got
part of
something
the
to look
show.
forward to, Brent.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yep, that's all you
That and this
got.
podcast. That's it.
That's it. That's all you
Where are
got.
these
All right,
fucking show notes at here? What are we,
dude.
what's going on?
That's what I was just wondering. Q
Butsy's
School
got work in the morning.
Lanto Griffin wins. He won the 2019 Houston Open, so he isn't a nobody. And he's got 11 top 10 finishes on tour, and he's made 65% of cuts. And my question to you guys, if you made 65% of cuts, would you consider yourself a successful PGA Tour player?
I think you would consider yourself, yeah, I'm defining that as you definitely belong out there. Like you're part of the crew. Yeah. So, successful, I don't know. I mean, that's subjective, right? But 65% of cuts, where the fuck, why are you at Q School? That's crazy.
That's the other question that I have, right? Okay,
How are
did
you
you
at Q
just
School?
miss like 30% of cuts this year? Like 30% of that? I
You
don't
got
know.
a C plus in fucking playing tour golf. That's not good enough to pass. I don't know. Not out there. You got to get a B or better.
Oh, it's less about the cuts made, more about what he does on the weekend. And the bottom line is, if you don't finish inside the top 20, it don't mean jack shit.
Based on how it's structured. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
That's why 2019. What we're going on 6 years ago.
well,
He only gets a 2-year exemption. One of those years was COVID. So if he didn't play well in 2022, 2023, and I don't think he played well this season, you're kind of on the outs. So
here's a question for you, and I don't want to overstep Brian because he's really getting active in the comments right now.
No, go ahead, Buttsy. You got this.
Could you make 100% of cuts that you started in and not have a tour card?
yes.
That's
Isn't
insane.
that wild? That's wild.
That's insane. I'm gonna put that up on X. I'm gonna be like, fun fact.
Well, your fact checker there is Brent, and I don't know if
Is that
Brent
true?
is correct.
Is
here.
that 100% true?
No,
If
that
you don't
can't be
finish,
100%
There's no
true.
way.
if you don't finish inside of the top 20,
So you make the
don't
cut, you
mean
shoot 82 on the weekend every time. You're not keeping your card.
Oh, absolutely not. If you finish dead last in every tournament that you play in and make, I think the number is anywhere from $25,000 to $45,000, and you'll actually drop in FedEx Cup points because everybody ahead of you is making more points than you. I mean, just
So a guy that makes 10% of the cuts but finishes in the top 20 can fucking smoke you.
Siwoo Kim.
Okay.
Siwoo Kim's entire career was based off of essentially, I think, 1 or 2 wins. And
Real
then
hot for a short amount of time.
before he won the Players, he missed like 9 out of 10 cuts or whatever it was.
You know what the best part of this night golf is? When they miss it offline,
Can't
they have
see the
no
ball.
clue where these golf balls are going.
Yeah,
I
that
just
goes out
saw
of the light.
too that
Bye-bye.
Goes out of the light.
That iron that Brooks hit into the shit where Bryson had to hit it out of with feet
Yeah.
in the bunker and actually hit a great shot. Even the spotters didn't even know where it was. Camera guy did, so kudos to that guy. But
Yeah, he just hammer fucked that thing,
Hammer fucked it. That's what Devereux
You
needs to
guys,
do.
you guys like
Hammer
that
fuck.
like that term, huh? Good old hammer
Hammer.
fuck.
Yeah, that could be on a shirt, I think, or a hat.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely needs to be like number 49.
like
Hammer
a
fuck.
swinging hammer, like
You know,
hammer fuck it in.
his logo.
Love that.
You need to make a logo, Buttsy.
Buttsy, I think you should draw it up. Let's get
I
some
can
shirts
draw it
out
up.
there.
Yeah,
Let's get some shirts going.
PHFUCK.
I want to do mid-drift 80s AC Slater football mid-drifts, but golf oriented. So
And hammer fuck to be on the back.
you like the net ones where your nipples stick through it, you know?
Do it. I'm in. So
not surprising, Brian. So PGA Tour player Michael Kim just recently shared on Twitter
Oh,
that in
boy.
2024 he spent
shit.
$90K on travel
Don't
and
start
hotel.
this shit. You don't want to have
Oh,
this
dude.
conversation. We'll be here all
I
night
talked
long.
to fucking Patty P about this. He's like, dude, one year, just like, because I had a few bucks, just staying at nicer hotels,
Mhm.
I was like 175 grand in, like, cost just to
Easy.
go and play and all the shit I played in.
Easy.
I'm like,
So
what
this is one of the things. And again, you guys can talk if you guys want to go fucking headlong into this, we can.
No.
But
No.
but so how many NBA players do you think there are?
I actually know
400.
There's 563 or something.
700 between the NBA and the NBA G League. I think there's 730 players.
All right, that makes sense.
Guess what the minimum salary, guaranteed salary, is for the lowest?
$300K.
Yeah,
$75,000 is the guy that is the worst
G
player.
League.
Say it again.
That doesn't play. So between the NBA and the G League, the lowest paid player who doesn't play is $75,000. Now that guy doesn't pay for a single flight or hotel or meal or anything like that.
So it's like 300 grand.
Yeah, so I mean, what it ends up coming down to is every single dollar that is made by the NBA, that includes all the money from China and the NBA app, that includes all the TV deals, everything is split 50-50 between the players and the NBA. Every single dollar.
They can garner, but they garner that like in viewership and the amount of money that the fans spend on merch. Sure. Like it's a whole different business breakdown. So
I'll give you an example. How much do you think Nike pays the NBA?
Probably like over $1 billion.
2.
Yeah.
So that's $1 billion to the NBA and $1 billion to the players.
God,
and that goes for every single sponsor.
We're
quickly just looked at what was happening on the match, and I really thought for a second Brooks was taking a piss in the woods, and they just happened to capture him. He is deep into the woods.
Getting hammer fucked.
How do you hit a shot at night out of the woods? Do they bring over a mobile light for you?
Yeah, they got cameras.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Really?
They literally have a light that they have repositioned.
Moving it around like...
Yeah, they like spun it around, and now it is
fucking spotlight
on him.
This
is pretty neat.
Way off topic here. I'm just gonna bring this up for a second because we're talking about light, and I have ADD, so I'm just gonna tell you about this. Did you see this fucking startup that is selling sunlight? Did you see this? Did you see what they're doing? Now that sounds crazy, right? This is supposedly gonna be. They've already tested this with a high altitude balloon. But what they're going to do, they're trying to get enough money on Kickstarter to launch fucking satellites with mirrors on them into outer space. And you have an app, and if you want to fucking light a baseball field for 3 hours, you go on the app and you swipe and you pay your fucking $1,000 or whatever it is, or for your buddies to play golf, and it will light whatever
redirected sunlight.
Yes, they're redirecting sunlight to where you're at on Earth, even when it's dark. Now, I don't think it's ever going to hold any water, but anyways, I just thought about that.
Big ass. They got to have that a big ass mirror in order to do that.
You don't really need a big ass mirror. Not when you're up there.
You know. No,
but can you imagine the implications? Like PGA Tour is like they're no longer.
You could just light up a whole golf course without having to deal with any of this.
100%, and the homes wouldn't be affected around it. You just light up the golf course.
Like in Alaska in the middle of winter, they can get sunlight. It's incredible.
We should try it at Palmbrook.
Yeah, let's try it at Palmbrook. Let's get a bunch of people together, pitch in some money, and try this Kickstarter out. But Brian also asks here, what percentage do the players on the PGA Tour get of the TV rights deal? Is it below 50%?
We don't get any money. We don't get.
I don't think they get $1 out of it.
No.
There is no guaranteed percentage.
No.
That was one
You
of the
get
reasons
paid-
Phil was so pissed off about his legacy and everything on the PGA Tour because he wasn't making money off of his likeness out there.
Do you get
Nope.
paid based on your airtime though? If you're in the top 10 and they're
Nope.
showing you like all of
Nope.
Sunday, are you getting
Nope.
paid? Your
I
sponsors
wonder
are
if
paying
that
you
was
for
part of Pip. If Pip, because you got some guys like Brian Harmon wasn't big on social media, wasn't a personality, but he was on the 2023 Pip list after he won the
Yeah,
Open
because he won the British
Championship.
Open.
And so he had a lot of TV time. So I'm sure that played a part.
Yeah, I mean the PIP simply was a way to keep guys from going to the LIV Tour, and if you played well enough and were Ricky Fowler, basically, or Tiger Woods, you got on that list as sort of a nice little thank you at the end of the year, and instead of redirecting $300 million to the entire
There is,
membership for a
I
thank you.
know it's
There is.
true that there is and
Yeah.
Brent knows this, but there is a
Yeah,
pension that I think you have to be out there for a certain amount
5
of time,
years,
right?
5 consecutive years.
5 years.
Yeah, because that was one of the big considerations Pat had to make of giving that up to
Yeah.
go over to LIV.
And it's
Correct.
based on, it's like Social Security, right? It's like based on what you earned, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually what you defer. So there's you can defer X amount per year, and then they've got like 3 different plans, and there's the FedEx
And they
Cup, there's
invest
the
it for
Cuts
you and
plan.
all that.
Yeah, there's 3 different ones, but I mean, I'll give you an example.
Charles Schwab.
Yeah, so Garrigus is one of my good buddies.
Great
His
bass fisherman.
phenomenal. The fish was this big. The amazing thing is he's probably got anywhere from, I think it's something like 10 to 15 million in his account.
From what he's done.
Correct.
And-
No, I
and-
don't.
and
I'm sorry,
he's
not
had
10 to. I'm sorry, not 10 to 15. It's 5 million.
But you're saying he had the choice to, just like you pick when you work for somebody, like, I want to put this much into retirement.
Correct.
Okay. So it's just like a job.
So yeah, it's almost identical. Ours is better because there's obviously multiple companies pitching in and matching and stuff. But the actual numbers are kind of crazy. I mean, a guy like Fred Couples, for example, his retirement's amazing, even though he didn't necessarily play in the FedEx Cup. But a guy like Vijay Singh, his retirement is a fucking joke. It's unbelievable. It's $75,000, by the way.
Okay.
And Bryson had pole hooked one, deep into the trees as well.
He
So
does
both Brooks and Bryson just had to pitch out. So it looks like both of them are going to head to 2 down in their matches with 2 to play, which means
Dormy.
it'll be over.
How amazing.
But Twitter's going wild right now, apparently, according to the match on TNT. And Twitter is saying that get your brooms ready because the PGA Tour is sweeping this shit.
Oh, wow, it's amazing. Oh, how fucking original.
So
that
they're
shit
playing
is.
it up a little.
Listen,
They're playing it up a little.
are you
I
fucking
mean,
those guys? The only reason why you would tweet hashtag the fucking showdown
match?
is so
The match.
hashtag the showdown is so they get shown on TV. That's it.
absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Hey, you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for the fans that are really being entertained by this. Not anybody that's ever played golf
Okay.
at any sort of high level.
Let's get
Moving on.
into something here, which is from Jay Monahan's announcement. Did you guys see this?
I got the email this morning of the whole deal. Yeah.
So you got the whole deal. He put out a video of what's coming, right? So first of all, there is going to be a CEO search for the PGA Tour, which one of our followers on X threw
means
out there that, well, Jay Monahan is the commissioner. It's not a replacement for him. That wasn't really where I was going with it or where Jay was going with it.
Not at all.
Back in March, Jay Monahan was made the CEO of PGA Tour Enterprises. So I don't think they're going to bring back in a commissioner per se. I got a feeling based off of that announcement that they're going to bring in a CEO of the PGA Tour.
Correct.
So one of the crazy things here
Means
is
nothing.
that PGA Tour Enterprises is the for-profit business. Then under that umbrella, you have the non-for-profit organization of the PGA Tour. I do not know how that is legal, by the way. No clue whatsoever. It doesn't make sense to have a for-profit company owning a non-for-profit. Don't get it. But
Well,
that
not to
being
mention
said,
the fact that we don't even really know what PGA Tour Enterprises means, what they do, or anything like that. It seems as though that's basically just a way to funnel money into whatever they want to do with the money that they make from the investment.
well, let's not get our tinfoil hats on quite yet.
Well,
But
I
one of
mean,
the
name
things
10
that
people that work for the PGA Tour Enterprises. I mean, it's
one of the things that we have been talking about a lot over the past year is the fact that their media and the promotion of players and so forth has been pathetic at best.
for years.
Well,
Yeah.
PGA Tour, Buttsy, you'll get interested in this.
I don't know.
PGA Tour Studios is opening in 2025.
Lame.
So that is their own media division with offices and their studios and everything. So they're actually going to try. And I have a feeling that this is part of the whole SSG kind of push that, hey, you guys, you really need to have this media aspect behind you, because otherwise guys are coming on tour. Nobody knows who they are. All of a sudden they win. Nobody knows who they are. And you guys aren't doing a great job when it comes to promoting these players and so forth. So that being said, that's also why they have that creator group that's going to be a part of creating content and helping them with content moving into 2025.
So
what do you think about that?
The media production side of this was in the plans. It's been in the plans for years. So the SSG component of it, it comes in after when they started building it, had the plans for it, and the idea was that they just simply wanted to bring all of the media under one roof. That's all they wanted to do, and I can guarantee you that it's not in hopes that they'll be able to tell more stories, because I can guarantee you they don't know that. And then as far as the media or social media influencer side of this, that is like something that somebody basically thought up in a room 5 seconds ago. And it's like, oh, well, maybe we need to bring these people in. Maybe they know what they're doing. And then they brought in people that basically have no ability whatsoever to actually play golf and yet, but know about
or
social
to actually
media.
market.
Well, yeah, I mean, people think social media influencers are also experts in marketing, and
They're
that's just
not.
the
They're
dumbest
terrible
thing I've ever
business
heard.
people. They have no idea, like outside of and I only say that because I've lived in that world for a fucking decade.
Yeah,
And
and we all know those people. It's not like we don't have personal experience with every single one of their creators. By the way, they've got a tour with a shitload of creators that if they just gave them, I don't know, 10 shots per week, they could actually sponsor them, get sponsors, grow fan bases, and do all of these things. And it's just something they're incapable of doing, even though every other sport, doesn't do it that way. One of the funniest guys on Twitter, a pro fan, just said it was secretly worships the
Brent, you can't read it under your breath. This is a podcast. You have to read it
gotta
out
read
loud
it,
if you're going
bud.
to read it.
One of the funniest guys on Twitter.
Wait, who's
He may not
saying
be able
this?
to read out
Ryan
loud.
Shane, Hyperdoodles. One of the funniest guys on Twitter, a pro LIV fan, just said he was secretly wishing for the PGA Tour guys to win since they've been taking so many L's lately. LOL, dude is severely delusional. That's true.
That's I told you they're gonna have a really tough time with like justifying, because they were saying how they were going to destroy and show the world that LIV Golf is better than the PGA Tour. Like, they're the ones that got hyped on this. Everybody else was just kind of like, this thing's gonna suck. This is a money grab. It is what it is. Like, I feel like nobody really on the PGA Tour side was like hyping this up. It really was like, hey, if there's a slight chance in hell that these LIV Golf guys can beat the PGA Tour guys, their year is going to be absolutely made.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because again, right?
Yeah, but what a stupid thing to put on a pedestal for one fucking night. In like
one night in golf that is literally.
It's not representative of like, yes, we win.
No, nobody gives a shit.
They need to go and hire somebody over
I agree.
at a little thing called Happy Madison Productions, the same people that produce the Happy Gilmore franchise, and bring those people over that can add some zest and some fun and actually know how to sell something. Hiring a male influencer off Instagram to consult on what you need to do. I mean, I don't think they're really doing that. I don't think that's actually happening, because you would get this guy in a boardroom talk to him for 5 minutes, and be like, "Oh no, I'll just hit stingers, and people seem to love it. I think we should have everybody hit stingers."
That's well done,
Stupid.
Brian. Well done,
Brian. Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
I
give him
like that
give him a little
messaging
button.
there.
Give him,
So
give him a little button. Come on, give him a little button.
Brian Shane just dropped in there that the Piper Doodles part of his YouTube is because of his daughter. So we're not going to hate on that whatsoever.
No.
I love that.
They're
Paige
bringing in-
Baranek. Yeah.
oh.
So Paige, Brian.
Well, that makes sense. That actually makes sense
Why?
because she doesn't have to do anything.
No, just
Yeah,
show up.
she just shows assets. And
Literally?
nice enough girl. I mean,
Yeah, and she can play a little stick too. I've played with her many times. She's fucking really good at golf. Like low key, really good. Hits it a long way. Can go out and show out, and yeah.
she's got
and
her
she
moments
doesn't have to
for sure.
say a word. Like,
Two of
here's
them.
what you're gonna say. But yeah,
You're
I don't
right.
know.
She doesn't have to say a word.
Not a damn thing.
She can
just
just
shows
post
up.
a picture.
And that's
Just
not
shows
to
up.
discredit her at all.
No.
Like, you know, it just is
Oh,
what it
hey,
is. Like,
people like what
No,
they
you
like.
got
They gotta
'em.
do what they gotta do.
it.
Yeah, but so they've got what? Tisha, they've got George, they've got who do they got?
So they got good, right?
Oh,
And then they've
who's
got Barstool with foreplay. They also have Bob Does Sports is in there.
Hmm.
And you've got
Tish, they got them, they've got
Who's the
George,
black
the
guy?
Bryan Bros. The
Raj?
one-armed dude?
yeah, Roger Steele.
Mhm.
Sorry. He was in my head. I could picture him. I just couldn't freaking say his
Known
name.
Roger for a long time, and Roger.
I like
gets it.
Roger.
Roger
I like
gets
Roger.
it. No, he flat out gets it. He's a salesman. Like, he's a salesperson. He's a marketing guy. He understands people. He understands what he's doing. He's really good, and that's why he's attained what he's attained. You know what
So-
I mean? Like,
So
I was really impressed with him during the whole Creator Classic.
yeah, no, he's a sharp motherfucker.
So the two or three dozen people that the PGA Tour has employed over the last however many years that are supposed to go out there and sell the players to get them money and to get them out there.
I think they're going to provide ideas of like what works, because here's the thing. Let's be honest about this.
But why not
The
listen
PGA
to the
Tour
players
doesn't have a
themselves?
ton of virality. Like, and it's coming from somebody that studies this stuff. It's like you've got people that are putting out posts that go viral all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they can tell you what it takes in order to get there and what type of media could potentially be created around it. I'm actually okay with them bringing in creators on social media to
Mm-hmm.
get a better understanding of what they need to do in order to promote you guys.
Just
It's hard
profit,
to do that. That's
just
what I'm
profit,
saying, though.
you know. But I mean, again, right? So we're
Based on
spending money
personality,
on
like,
things,
it
but we're
doesn't-
spending money on things that are just going to end up right back into the same box, which is, well, we figure out a way for the tour to promote the players that they have. Oh, by the way, they've got 150 of them that they refuse to show on TV. And so what? We're going to go to classes with good teaching us how to be Instagram influencers, even though, by the way, we don't own our own images.
Oh shit,
So-
the match is over. The
Oh,
match is over.
that's
They're
surprising.
shaking hands.
Did somebody
Rory
get
and
punched?
Scottie, I believe it's a full sweep. So
That's
they have officially
so
won the
sad.
showdown.
Oh, man.
And
Moving
let's
on.
Well,
see.
that means that the PGA Tour is
Is
better
better
than
than
LIV
LIV.
Golf.
way better. I mean,
No,
there's
hey.
no doubt. It's not even close. Not even close.
Nope, that is a representation, and it is all that people need to say that the PGA Tour is just a better product and it produces better players, and we saw that here tonight.
7th major.
There you go, folks. There you have it. The PGA Tour is, I mean, it's not even remotely close.
Back to the marketing thing. Why don't we just, like, before we go and hire all these people, why don't we just start with some baby steps here? How about we just like in baseball or whatever, how about we show these upcoming prospects? How about we tell their story? Let's just start there and let's put out the story and who they are, and then find out. You know, you take 10 of them, 2 of them are going to be somewhat cool, and hone in on those motherfuckers and let them represent the upcoming class, and continue to show their journey because they have a little zest and they have some camera, like they can talk and they're funny. Let's find the next Max Homa that doesn't even have to win fucking 3 majors. Like, Show those guys. This isn't that hard. I
No.
just don't understand why
Well,
we
it
have to.
just goes back to the same argument, right? So they're talking about building players' brands, right? And they said the same thing to us at orientation. They're like, we're going to build your brand. It's like, why are
They don't know how
you?
to.
But exactly.
Influencers
But
are
why
not
are
real
you
golf.
responsible? But why are you responsible for building my brand? That doesn't make any sense to me. You're
Whoever's idea it
gonna
was
put
to
me
get
out
it.
there and market me. That's the dumbest thing.
Well,
And they don't
here's
do
the
it.
thing though, Brent. Technically, a good organization, and when I say that, I look at the UFC, which has to promote and build up these fighters all the time because you never know when all of a sudden a fighter is going to take a downturn and then they're going to be done, right?
Absolutely
Ronda
agree.
Rousey, look at that one. And they thought, oh my God, the world is crumbling. And then all of a sudden, Conor McGregor came into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
They built up all these people and gave them the right push
Mm-hmm.
in order to turn them into what they became. They were a
Phenomenal
huge
careers.
media arm promoting these fighters. So I disagree with you there. I really think that PGA Tour pros, as soon as you come on tour and you're a new member, they should be boosting the shit out of you.
Oh, they should. I'm saying
from
they
a
don't.
promotional standpoint.
Yeah, I'm saying
Correct.
they don't.
That's what I'm
do
saying.
not.
Yeah. They don't. And
That's what I'm
that's,
saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
So then we hire a bunch of guys that do fake things with golf that can't break par ever.
It's the most ridiculous thing ever. Get away from the influencers.
And we're gonna what? We're gonna market players as if they're social media influencers. Which, by the way,
I think I'm in the minority here. I think it was a smart idea to bring in the creators.
no,
Or the
golf
spend that money
influencers
on
are the
actually
fucking
marketing the
sideshow
players.
clown of golf. Like,
Okay, so I have a question to both of you on this. I'm going to ask you first, Buttsy. When it comes to them bringing in the influencers, was this kind of a reactionary move because of what LIV Golf was doing on the social media side?
no, I think it's some dumb idiot that's in marketing was like, look what these guys have been able to do, and they're nothing. If we bring them over and at least obtain some sort of brilliance of what they got going on, this will be good for us, and this will coolify the PGA Tour, and we can at least get something from what they're doing to help us be more modern and more relevant on the apps that people use to share this shit, which is Instagram and Twitter and all that other shit. So why don't we go to the experts? But they're not experts. These are people that have garnered a following that happens to be golf for very specific or personality based reasons. There's no help there to take a huge organization and make it the same way. Like that you can't apply what somebody that's been chugging beers, and myself included, right? Like, you can't apply what somebody has done and think that the PGA Tour product is going to elevate itself from a marketing perspective and the players that are coming up based on anything that these people have to say. You need to just start from fucking square one and say, let's just try something different from a classical marketing perspective and fucking show who they are. Just show them. Just give them some fucking airtime. And like I said, find the ones just like the PGA Tour's done, but they only do it once these guys have become super successful.
Yes,
they,
correct.
They seek
That's the
out the
mistake.
ones exactly. They seek out the ones that have personality and are cool and successful, and they ride their fucking jock strap into the sunset. And that's why we only see a few groups on Sunday, and we have no idea who the prospects are and who we should be looking out for. Like, take what you've already done. You already know how to do it. You already know how to market the best players in the game, and do it with the up and coming stars that haven't won yet. That's it. Pretty simple. Like, I don't understand why you're bringing all these other fucking idiots in here that, and I can't even imagine these influencers sitting in a boardroom listening to somebody talk real business outside of somebody like Roger Steele, because he is a good businessman and he knows what he's talking about. But I think it's the worst idea ever, and they're going to set themselves back another year or two by even entertaining that. So that's my point.
Brent, on to you.
Yeah, I mean, just to build on that, obviously, I've got my personal reasons as to why, I don't agree with the marketing media side of the PGA Tour and what they've done. Just trying to find the next Tiger Woods. But with that said, I think that it's ridiculous that they have built what they've built, spent the money that they've spent, and basically what this comes down to is they're farming out their players, like a Xander Schauffele, who I believe just played with Good. I think on the LIV side, there are a couple of guys that have played with some of these guys as well. And I'll just be straight up and honest with you. I love you both. You're good friends of mine. So
Oh man, thank you.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
It doesn't
Get out of here.
it doesn't feel this way. I'm going to say that.
Oh.
I said that because this is going to sting. Any fucking time I'm playing with people that are not, high level professionals, if I'm playing it in a setting like on a YouTube thing or whatever, or a pro-am, guess the fuck what? It's a pro-am, which means I'm probably giving direction or lessons or talking some bullshit out the side of my mouth going, yeah, well, where are you from? Yeah, well, whatever. Oh, that was so cool. And there are more people out there watching good playing golf than they are, some random Corn Ferry Tour player. And it's
the reason that is
fucking
because
ridiculous.
that's the only thing that they have to consume.
Yeah,
outside
100%.
of what they see on the weekend.
But the reason is because the PGA Tour has kept all of us down. I mean, think about what they did to Bryson in 2020, right? So when Bryson was doing his channel, right, working out, doing all that stuff during COVID, when none of us were playing, and the PGA Tour told him to shut it down. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Yeah, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. The PGA Tour just wants to ride the YouTube golfers wave so they can get viewership ratings up.
But
Here's
it's
the
not
problem.
good for them.
Here's the problem. It's not going to happen because guess what? They're not going to fucking change. They're not going to change how they market and how they view or how viewers view the PGA Tour
what they need
players
to
on a
do?
week in, a week out basis.
I'm going to tell you what they need to do. They used to have something back in the 50s, 60s. They need to bring back, they need to find a sponsor for it, like Shell's Wonderful World of Golf.
Yep. Oh my God, Buttsy, I was thinking about that tonight before the match came on because, good Lord,
that's their YouTube shit.
Gosh.
I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
How good would Shell's Wonderful World of Golf be
100%.
right now?
They back up with what they say, that they want to grow our brands and all that other stuff, and we actually go out and film the stuff on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis,
not a
whatever.
Tour event.
Yeah, whatever.
Bring back the skins game. Bring back all the shit, and put it on YouTube.
It would be so great. I mean, here's the thing. I actually forgot to bring this up earlier. Because when we talk about,
dude, that is about the most thugged out, autistic looking fucking raging buffalo.
I got that picture when he took it. By the way, he sent it out.
That was in the bathroom in the clubhouse because I had to go buy a belt because I was the only guy there that had his shirt untucked, and I was like, I'm doing it anyways. There's no fucking rule for this.
Yep, and we matched shirts that week, and it looked quite interesting.
Was it?
I pulled the sleeve up to show off the Bicepticon. You can see that there. And man, I was just feeling tough right there.
You're working out, running, everything.
Yeah.
That's like 6:14 a.m. with the lights on the range, and Ben was warming up, and I went in and snapped that badass selfie.
What was it? Because you were wearing the badge?
And the badge, yeah, the badge.
I mean, let's talk about this. Plus 0.7, not too shabby. 39. I thought you were older, but that's okay.
Not 40 yet.
That's right. You're a little younger than me. AZ, obviously. I don't know. Can I scroll on this thing? Let's see. Let's scroll down. Oh,
I made this thing really fast.
Gold Canyon Golf Resort is your home course. And
plus size model.
Here we go. Plus size model, amateur professional golfer, loves tacos or lover of tacos, and drinker of Coors lattes.
Beautiful.
That's fantastic stuff out of you.
He made that during the round with Todd Dobson.
That's fantastic.
Did.
No, it actually, that was on there last week too.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually been on there for a long time.
Yeah.
Trout wants to know, when do you turn 40?
Agent for a while.
Oh, we got to circles. I need to go back.
Yeah, I don't blame him for saying that because I feel he probably feels like I've been saying I'm not 40 for like 2 years. April.
That's right. So I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, think about it. So
I don't want to think.
What would be? Well, no, we're not gonna. We're moving on from that. But what would be the reason why? What would be the reason why you bring these fucking no load influencers that can't break 80 out there, and they're fake golfers? They get people to sign NDAs because they're afraid of losing. I mean, all of this other shit.
Fun and be cool.
Yeah, well, that sounds like some fucking group of people that just got out of college, that just started working for the PGA Tour, that said, you know what would be great? If we just hire the influencers and then we'll just let them decide what we do.
It
It's like,
doesn't
what the
speak to a
fuck are
majority
we
of the
talking about?
viewership. It doesn't speak to who's really consuming the product. It's just everybody
Normal
looks
golf
at it like
fans
a
don't have any
sideshow.
idea who those fucking people are.
I think we got to go back to just the devastation that these live golf
Oh,
fanatics
God.
are feeling right now. Their world is like is crushed.
What should it be?
Bryson still won the U.S. Open.
Yeah, but Buttsy, you should have seen some of these tweets heading into the match. Like they were for sure like
100% morons.
live golf is going to prove they're the greatest. All this stuff. I mean, it was
In a
there was a
night,
lot.
This is what's
in a
amazing is what
2v2
oh my God, at
best ball
32
match, they're
degrees
gonna
in
prove that.
Vegas, who gives a shit? Like, oh my God, what it like? Here's what's amazing. It's like, how much time do you got to have on your fucking hands to be worrying about this shit? Like, why?
It's not
Who
time.
fucking cares?
It's yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
a lot of
there you go, Jimmy. They
things
do
going
need to
on.
hire Todd Dobson for marketing. That would be fucking genius. He needs to be the new PGA Tour CEO. Fuck.
Wow, you just gave Todd a really high position there.
Fuck, he's the CEO of the Grass League. Fuck. Which, by the way, a little tidbit, just so we're clear, the CEO of the PGA Tour still reports to the policy board and the board, so he's not in charge of anything.
Yeah,
Zero things.
that's a good clarification there. Buttsy, what do you? I feel like you got like something you really want to say, but you're not saying it.
No, I don't.
Butsy's about to have a child. Come on, let's go.
I don't. I just think this we might be participating in this grass league thing. I don't know, and who fucking cares?
After last week's fiasco, it's like Matt and Butsy of course they're gonna fucking put you in
There's
the
been
Grass
some
League.
people that have contacted, multiple people have contacted me since the last episode, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
I mean, here's the biggest surprise would be if I got into it. I fully expect Buttsy for you to be a part of this. Like,
What if I'm not in and you're in?
Then it makes no sense. I'm not playing in that.
You never know.
No, here's the thing. I'm the kind of guy that I'm a team player. I am. There's no chance that I'm going to go and play in it if you're not playing in it, because first of all, you're a guy that just absolutely deserves to be a part of it.
What if I'm commentating it and you're playing?
I mean, we would have to have a long conversation beforehand, and I would need to know who my teammate is and that they're that much better than you.
Well,
I would not.
By the way,
thrilled.
that's not just playing, that's also personality wise, because that would be fucking boring out there if you got stuck with some random influencer. And let's say you get stuck with Fat Perez. What the fuck are you gonna do then? There's
Me and Fat are friends. So
I don't appreciate anybody that cheats in golf and then puts it up there.
well, I'll just say Christmas
it's
next
real.
week, man. Like, we might get a bombshell next week. Who knows?
Who knew? Nobody knows.
Butsy
knows,
might be playing and commentating. And coaching
as
owner.
Trot Golfer is stating, Matt and Buttsy will be playing. I hope this is the announcement, by the way. I hope that on this podcast, we get to announce that Matt Cook and Buttsy are going to be playing on a brand new franchise called the Utah Soakers.
Well, I can tell you, I know that that's not happening. I know for a fact that is
a lot of people are behind us not being the Utah Soakers.
That's so fucking bad.
But there's some exciting things to come, and Christmas is next week.
You're a terrible liar, by the way. So
I'm not lying. I haven't said anything.
It's fine. Todd just messaged me. He just said what happened. I already know. So
Brian, once again, you guys need to enter as a team. I even have a team name for you guys ready for it. We are ready for it, Brian. Why don't you share the team name that you would have for Buttsy and I, which, by the way, you can go and buy a franchise. Like, you got to reach out to the Grass League. You got to make the investment.
$250K.
The
hammer fuck.
Utah Soakers DBA.
The hammer fucks.
Beautiful.
I mean, he did. If you want a description of what happened on that putt that Brooks hit earlier, he hammer fucked it. He did. I've been there. I've been there in the cold to where I can't feel my hands, and you hammer fuck it 15 feet past the hole.
You know, he's played against Scottie and Rory with, you know, at Shadow Creek, he was there. You know,
I could always tell.
Yeah, Brooks was. He hit the putt.
Well, I'm saying
I can always tell when you're getting a buzz because you get the fucking acid reflux going. You start going.
I do. You're right. And I still got that damn cough. I hate that you told me that your cough lasted and was lasting for a long time. It's
finally going away, bro. It's been almost a month.
had to buy an inhaler over the counter.
Yep, I got one of those.
Ivermectin, boys. Come on.
Oh, shit. Trot just threw in there the Harlem Hammer fucks.
The Harlem Hammer fucks.
I'd be all about it.
Oh, my
just
God.
out there spinning golf balls like this on our finger.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
terrible. Okay.
terrible.
So Brian's got another good one here, which I've seen this video of Jim Nantz greeting fans at Pebble Beach as they play the par 3 7th hole, and he does the commentary as they're on the tee box, as if he would for a CBS broadcast.
Can you recite that for us?
I don't think I can.
Okay.
I don't.
That's a life bogey.
It really is. I mean, I don't think I could properly do.
Moment.
It was a huge moment. You teed it up, and I faded so fast away.
Well,
I ran. I do know of the clip because he even did like a commercial, like read after one of the guys hit his shot, and they're just like, the group of people that they filmed this with were just absolutely eating it up.
See, that's my point, right? So why don't they do shit like that? We've got great personalities. Why don't we go out during a practice round or something like that with a random group of guys and say, you know what, at noon on Tuesday, we're going to go out on whatever hole and whatever course that week, and we're going to go out and we're going to do something like that. It's like, you know what, you want to bring the influencers out, to do shit like that. Like,
we got to bring one of these guys that qualifies for Q School and play with him, and then you could call us the Paraguay Poon Stuffers.
Poontang.
The Paraguay Poon Stuffers. All right.
What the fuck?
All right.
Oh.
Like the Colombian cokeheads. What the fuck?
Cut.
I haven't memorized Jim Nantz's stuff to be able to recite.
I gotta
what he
tell
would
you,
do
Maddie,
when somebody stands on the tee.
I love that you send these show notes, and the shows are getting better because we don't talk about the notes at all.
Butsy's got us in one corner and the show notes in another, and
I start Googling shit. I'm like, what the hell's the point in that? We're not going to talk about that.
Let's talk about the PNC Championship.
Can we just skip that, please?
No, this is one of my favorite events of the year. We get to see Charlie Woods.
Oh, Jesus.
And guess what? By the way, you can't shit on this because this is Trot Golfer's last chance of getting after Bernhard Langer for cheating.
He's not quitting. He's not retiring.
He may be out there in disguise.
Bernhard is going to be in the PNC Championship. They won it last year.
Trot.
But he's not retiring from the
I think Trot has a ticket to Orlando this week, and he's going to be wearing the shirts.
I mean, it's ridiculous. How do you not go full throttle there? But no, Bernhard Langer.
James has a good one. The Arizona Womb Raiders.
Out of the way, Jimmy. Out of the way, Jimmy.
Oh, no. Brian Shane is... Oh, this is going to be a battle between him and Trot in the YouTube chat here. He says Bernhard is not cheating.
Oh, why would you say that?
You're gonna get
that's going to fire up Trot.
Oh, my God. He just punched himself in the chin and threw his beer in the trash. He is ready.
I talked to a high level Champions Tour player, and I asked him specifically if Langer was retiring, and he said no.
He said no.
He said no. He is not retiring.
No, they're gonna fucking.
Yeah.
That'll be that guy's
He's
funeral.
gonna keep playing
Come on.
because he's gonna keep winning.
No,
Yeah, they're not going to stop him. I mean,
No.
the guy, all he does is win because he cheats constantly. Now,
Well, hey.
here's the thing: they
That's
won
not
last
the
year
only
by
reason he
2
wins, though.
over the Duvals last year. They won over Double D, Butsy's favorite people. And certainly, if you haven't heard the story on that, you got to go back and research this podcast because Buttsy is not a fan of David Duval for good reasons.
When he was 9 years old,
David Duval is one of my favorite golfers of all time. So it's kind of this
in the
weird
balls.
dynamic that we have. Just, I never met him.
He's a nice
So
guy.
I just loved his game.
He's
But
a nice
you
doesn't
met
like
him and
fat
you had a
kids, I
terrible
think, is the thing.
experience.
He doesn't like fat kids. That's
He
exactly
just
right.
hates fat kids, and
He
that's
hates
fine.
kids, puppies, and old
Maybe
people.
it's something to do with him having to go to fat camp in the middle of his PGA Tour career
Yeah,
and how it
no.
ruined his
Shots
life.
fired.
I think he was one of the first users of Ozempic, like 10 years before it came out.
I
'Cause
mean,
that guy-
David Duval was a hell of a golfer when he was thick. As soon as he lost the weight, terrible golfer.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
God,
Look it up.
his head looked so fucking weird on his body when he got slim. It looked like one of those, like when you make 3 shots in NBA Jam and you get on fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like little body, big fucking weird
He's on
midget head.
fire.
He had a big midget
Little
head.
man.
Now, this PNC Championship, we get to see Charlie Woods. What do you guys expect? We haven't seen Charlie in a hot minute.
Well, he lost his high school. He lost his high school championship by
The poor
I think,
guy
a total
can't
of
go
15
anywhere.
shots.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Why do you know
expect to
this,
see-
Brent?
Because there are plenty of junior golfers that play high school golf against him.
Yeah, but
They're
why
my
do you
coach
know
coaches.
this? He's on the other coast.
Doesn't matter. They play junior golf all over the world, man.
Yeah, it's rated. It's out there.
Yeah, but his high school team?
Yeah.
AJGA rankings. I don't even
No,
think he's up there.
AJGA, yes, but not his high school team.
Is he in the top 20 of AJGA?
It got posted
rankings?
on. It got posted on like Twitter or whatever it was.
Of course it did.
I'm just saying.
People are obsessed with Charlie Woods, which, by the way, I watch and I'm like, I like
I
to
don't envy the
see.
kid.
Well,
I like to see the father-son dynamic more so than, oh my
That's
God, I'm
fun.
watching Charlie Woods.
Exactly.
they're
100%.
obsessed with Bronny too, and they just nutted themselves because he fucking went 26 points in a G League game. But
30. Drop 30.
see, look, you know. So there you go.
Point proven.
Case in point.
Too much social media, man.
Oh, I know it's there.
No, but think about it. Like Tiger's being a real human being, even though in the boardroom he's a complete cocksucker. But hey,
Wow.
you know,
Wow.
He's been in a lot of boardrooms.
Brent Grant is no longer eligible to play on the PGA Tour, folks.
What did he
bring
say?
it.
What did he
That
say?
means I can play in the grass league. I'm fucking happy about it. Let's go.
So here's the other thing. Greggy Jr., Greg Norman's son, said, if you really want the PNC Championship to pop off, you need to put me and my dad in there against Tiger and Charlie. Play us in the same group. What do you think
Won't
about
happen.
that?
Won't
Of
happen.
course it's not going to happen.
They can't
But
stand each other.
would it be
Tiger
fireworks?
hates Greg Norman.
Yeah, so I don't even think it would be fireworks.
No, God no.
I mean,
Tiger would shut down. He wouldn't say anything, and he would just go out there, and Tiger and Charlie would beat this living dog shit out of him
badly.
badly.
My
I think Daly-
poster of Charlie Woods trot has nothing to do with my fandom, okay?
I think the dailies take this one.
The dailies.
The big
Yeah,
fella.
I think they take this one. John too is like he's
a
like
stud.
becoming a real stud.
Yeah,
can
but
play.
JD's got the knee issues, man. Like he's struggling
He
nowadays.
doesn't even have to
Well,
play.
Tiger's
This
got
kid
the
is
back issue.
stellar.
and the
That's what I'm
legacy.
curious. I'm curious to see Tiger, but I saw him in the TGL sim, and
Whoa.
his swing was looking pretty damn fluid. Looks better than my goddamn swing,
Well,
that's
he
for
can
sure.
make the
Hey,
swing,
you
but if
stop
he has to
that.
walk to another bay at the TGL, it's over.
Yeah, if he's got to move one step, it's a problem.
Oh God! And this was the other thing that I saw with that video. Do you guys like the tucked in hoodie? This is becoming a golf thing all of a sudden.
What did
That's
you
the-
just say?
How do you
Yeah.
even do that? How
What?
do you do it?
Tiger was the first one, and then Colin Morikawa with LAGC. They have like an LAGC hoodie, and it's like thin material, and he tucked it in too.
Tucking in a fucking hoodie, that'd be like wearing a Santa costume.
It's definitely not like having cocks on your shirt. That's for sure.
Give yourself an applause for that one. That's fucking spot on.
You got to keep it classy.
Come on, baby. Cock fighting.
Devereux Golf, baby.
Let's go.
Cocks.
Devereux Golf would never. I can't say this for certain. They would never make a hoodie that you would want to tuck in.
What the fuck does that even mean? What kind of hoodie are we talking about?
Dude, I've never tucked. I have never tucked in a hoodie.
The hoodie this goes back. Tiger has a long lineage of being poorly dressed. I don't know if anybody knows this. Have you ever watched him like in the early 2000s when he would show up at parties with like Jinkos with a gator belt on tucked in with like the guy looks ridiculous off the golf course. He's never listened to a stylist in his life. He looks fucking weird everywhere he goes. Tucking in the hoodie makes sense because he probably didn't realize like that you're not supposed to. Like it's nothing like he's trying to do.
Is it some super baggy hoodie? Like what's
no,
happening?
It's a fucking hoodie.
But it's like a thin material hoodie.
Oh god,
it's probably like
so stupid.
It's bad.
Immediately makes the TGL irrelevant. I'm sorry. You start doing that. I'm sorry. You're done. Any hope you had is gone.
You know, it's Tigers, so you have to respect it. I don't agree with that.
What the fuck does that mean? He puts his fucking boots on and pants on the same way we do. Fuck that guy.
He may not put them on the same way.
But when he puts them on, he is greatness.
Well, he was. Yeah. Not anymore.
No, Tiger's low-key a nerd. I believe this, like forever.
He absolutely is a nerd.
He is a huge nerd.
I wasn't going to share this story, but now that you guys are calling him a nerd, I got to share it.
Nerd.
So it was either a Ryder Cup or a President's Cup. Instead of going and like partying with the team, he had a limo drive him around with a PlayStation in it, and he played video games the entire time.
Which is sick. I mean, I would do the same thing. That's cool.
Nerd.
And I'm a nerd too. Don't get me wrong. Huge nerd. Would never attempt to tuck it. Ooh, I got the mats going right now.
Yeah, you sure do. You're welcome. You got to keep up.
I would never tuck the hoodie in.
Again, I'm just so confused. Was it a short sleeve hoodie? Was it a long sleeve?
I'll send you the photo of it. Yeah. It's just a
please do
hoodie.
Because I'm okay.
It's not good.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just doing. I don't
normally
and oddly
do this, enough, it doesn't
do
look that bad on him.
Tiger hoodie.
Because Tiger's built.
He is built like a shit brick, like a goddamn linebacker.
God, listen, no, my God, stop it.
Tiger Woods is a built man.
No, he's not. 6 foot tall, about 185 pounds at most. He's got no fucking legs, and he's got sort of a chest, and he's got some arms.
But he has always had a perfect V taper his whole career.
Yeah.
He's got no legs.
Clothes look good on Tiger.
No legs.
Tiger's jacked.
You don't need legs.
Well, yeah, you sort of do.
Well, Tiger kind of lost a leg, if you guys recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
LIV Golf. You guys want to talk about it?
Nope.
I got to pee soon, but yes.
Okay. LIV Golf. They had their promotional event. Good old Lee Chappell earns his LIV Golf status for 2025 by winning this. Now, I'm very confused because I'll be the first one to admit I have not been following their Q school, so to speak. Is like last year, multiple people got picked from their promotional event. 3. This year, there was only one.
Mm-hmm.
So is there another event? Am I missing something here?
Now
they have the international series. They take the winner from the international series. They take the Q school, and they can totally arbitrarily decide how many spots they want based on who they're bringing in. They probably
had some
got a
good guys on that list too. They had Fred Biondi from North Carolina.
Oh,
he was on there. Yeah.
Who?
That's the only one I recognized.
All right. No idea who
you recognize that?
Yeah, Fred Biondi. He was UNC's like best player.
Oh, that's cool.
See, you're in the know.
And then they probably got a couple of guys coming out of college or amateur golf or something like that.
Well, that's the other thing that Kevin Na did a little steal of a young Korean phenom, 20 years old. His name is Yulban Yang.
Mm.
I hope I pronunciated that correctly.
You did it?
Yulban Yang.
Pronunciated it?
Yeah, pronunciated it.
Pronounced?
Pronunciate.
Okay.
Pronunciated.
Say it again. I don't know.
Pronunciations.
Pronunciations.
So we also have which, by the way, I love these radical lefties because they just, on this LIV side, these guys are fucking delusional. It's fucking great. They're like, this is the biggest LIV Golf signing in the history because now you have a South Korean golfer, and this is going to bring in South Korean LIV Golf. And they're going to play events in South Korea now and all this and that. And they're just like living up the fact that Tony Finau decided not to go.
Yeah,
so it's just...
There's still less notoriety than they had 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, nobody knows who the fuck this kid is, other than
nobody
if you're
knows
from
who
South
95% of who these people are. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Is like,
I mean, have you ever heard of Lee Chi Po?
No. And to be honest, goddamn. Oh, I did test the new ping driver today. It's awesome. Question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe how many of the current LIV staff, so the roster, how many of them do you believe will be welcomed back to the PGA Tour?
I think 30% of them.
30%. Now, how many players is that?
No idea.
Okay, that's good talk. So like 15%, 15 guys.
Which, Buttsy, here goes to my point that you will be signed in no time because you got the brand new shaft from KBS, and they told me that they were going to send that to me once it came out for the driver. Never received it.
I got another one. You can have it. It's a TX though. I don't think we need. We're looking to TX. We're looking to downgrade our horsepower.
Poor extra Steve.
Could be good for Brent. Although he doesn't struggle to drive the golf ball, he just needs to learn how to putt. So
I know how to putt now. Do you know a guy named Will? Will. Maybe.
All right. So the other big news with LIV Golf is a potential Fox Sports TV deal is back in the works. Remember, before they went to the CW, which the CW dropped them. So they go, we're not taking your money anymore. We're no longer going to have a deal. That happened.
Okay.
So the CW is like, we're done. Okay. So now LIV Golf is going back out and seeking new TV deals, which means that LIV Golf is going to pay whatever TV station. And so Fox Sports, they're back in negotiations with them again.
They pay to be on Fox Sports?
They paid to be on the CW.
Well, that's usually the opposite of how that goes.
Yeah.
Usually a network pays to put you on.
That is correct.
Now, Finau that's over, right?
Yeah.
That never happened.
Well, we said it was happening.
No, we never said it was happening. We said that he was in negotiations.
Okay, that's
fair.
Which was accurate.
Was in negotiations. Yeah. So wait, so Fox Sports, which I believe Fox is owned by Disney, is that right?
No, that's ABC.
How many people are watching right now?
485,000.
3 people.
Seriously?
No.
I was like, wow, man, we're getting bad at this. I thought.
Let's do a giveaway for them. My God.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, guys. Fuck, I guess we're lost touch. But so hold on. So they're gonna get on Fox Sports and do what exactly?
Shit, that's almost
they're gonna show their stuff out there on Fox Sports. I hope by the first of the year we've had some wild stuff go down that we could talk about on the pod.
Yeah.
I hope that all of the positive things financially and in this country can improve to where we all are much happier and much more safe and less worried about drones.
Get it, Brent. You got this. Great job. Great job, Brent. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
A-Town.
Is
Yeah.
that it?